So if I understand you correctly, you're saying that the body's fairly amazing, and
It
probably don't believe that it just evolved out of some ooze
Oh, gosh, no.
10 million or 10
I'm a big time
billion
believer.
years ago.
I believe
Yeah.
in God. So
It was created
yeah.
in an image.
Dude, Genesis, what did God do? He bent over and he picked up dirt and he breathed life into it. We're made of minerals. That's foundational. Like, vitamins won't work in your body if you don't have the right mineral content.
How much water do we lose so we're all thinking like roofing a house, playing a football game, we're out at the lake, it's hot. But how much water do we lose when we're asleep at night?
I don't know the amount, but it's a lot.
It's like a liter plus.
Yeah.
That's crazy because your body's still operating.
Yep.
Maybe
You're still
it's
breathing.
digesting, you're breathing.
Every time we breathe, we lose hydration. That's that's why in the winter you see your breath. It's going on right now. We just don't see it.
There's humidity in your breath, which means there's moisture in your breath.
You're losing every time we talk, every time we breathe, we lose moisture.
So simple questions. I'm just going to start rapid firing stuff at you. So like I work, say, in an office. And you're telling me, hey, this is necessary. I came up with it because my kids were athletes and also for industrial athletes. If I work in an office and I get up, I go to my air-conditioned gym, I get a good workout, I take a shower, then I go work in my office for 9 hours, then I get in my air-conditioned car, I go back to my air-conditioned house, and I go to sleep. Why do I ever need to do anything other than eat my food and drink my water?
Well, because we were meant to drink water from streams.
Okay.
What is it? Why? The water's going over rocks and getting minerals in it. We drink, we want to drink clean water. I'm not going down to the local lake and dipping it in. Well, I'm getting my minerals. That'd be gross, right?
Yeah, especially in August at Lake Louisville when it's smelling.
And we live right there, and our dog drinks it all the time. And my husband's always joking, "Oh, he's getting his minerals."
There
and
you
I'm
go.
like, oh, gross. Anyways, and we give our dog electrolytes, minerals, all that, But
Wow.
this is this processed water. We want clean water, right? We want reverse osmosis water. We want water that's good and clean.
Sure.
But it doesn't have any of the electrolytes that we're losing daily. That's the hydration process. Water, everyone's always like, hydrate, this, especially triple digits for the last, month? And now we're fixing to go into another month of triple digits, and everyone's like, water, drink your water, hydrate. And it drives me bananas. I'm like, Toby, turn the news off. Like, I can't listen anymore because nobody understands what that means. So then they go and they drink a gallon of water a day, and then they're what it's doing, which water is important, but it's the carrier of the electrolytes you need. And so if you're not getting it through your food sources, which a lot of us aren't, a lot of us don't eat really well, and we eat dead food.
Right.
We just do. Even if you're eating like salads every day, you're not getting enough,
Right.
if you're exerting yourself, right? So, it'd be great if at the job site people were eating oranges and getting, stuff, minerals and things that way. But that's not the reality of what's going on, right? They're just in survival mode, and they're drinking water and they're drinking sports drinks, and they're not getting the potassium and the magnesium and the sodium chloride that you need in order to function.
Right.
And so, did I answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is brain food.
Yeah.
More than anything, it's keeping the hardware that is your body, your equipment, moving and not cramping, and it's keeping it lubricated. Right, putting WD-40, it's keeping you going. But it's also keeping your computer, which is running all this equipment, it's keeping your computer updated, virus-free, and running. If you were to break it down that way, being hydrated is more than just, hey, when I eliminate moisture from my body, it's either yellow or it's clear. If it's yellow, I'm off base. If it's clear, then I'm on base. But this is more that. So here's what I did. So I did a really hardcore drag workout. I'm trying to get my knee back to where it needs to be. I found knees over toes guy through Joe Rogan. I fixed my knee and my hip. It's starting to come along. I'm starting to get some momentum. And I love to work out the hottest part of the day.
I do too.
Because I feel like I am getting a competitive advantage. And then when people complain about around the heat around me, I'm like, I know, isn't it awesome?
I know, I love it too.
Yeah.
But that's rare. We're crazy.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we get along. So what I do is I mix up my water, and I've tried a couple different products. So I put yours in.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can put it in anything.
And I just put it in a gallon of water that I purified myself. Before I'm even out there, I'm adding that to my system because I know I'm going to go pretty hard for about 75 minutes, nonstop if possible, unless I get a bad work call because maybe one of my roofers fell off a roof.
Yeah, it is.
But
scary.
immediately while I'm driving to this field where I work out, I started feeling my energy went up. I started feeling a little flushed in my face and a little bit of like I was tingling a little bit. So I was obviously missing something, and I'm fairly in tune with what's going on. And I was like, whoa, what is this? What
for the first time, you probably were actually hydrated for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, because that's why when I do my presentations, I bring the IV bag, you know, and to show it to people because when you go to a hospital, they don't just hand you a gallon jug and say drink water.
No.
You're dehydrated. They're
tapping
hook you
right in
up
your vein.
Right, exactly. And what is it? It's sodium. It's chloride. It's the stuff that
a banana bag a lot of times, right, is what they're throwing on you, and that's got tons of potassium in it too.
Right. And so what we're trying to do at the job site is we're trying to since this is ionic and it's just electrolytes, it's all it is. And one of the safety guys told me, he was like, it's basically just like an oral, and there's all these hype words like oral IV and all this kind of things that are out there, but he's like, this is like an oral IV that because of the ionic, because he's a former fireman. He's like, we saved a guy from having to go to emergency room. We just squirted it in his mouth, and he guzzled a bunch of water, and it got in his system, and he was able to finish the job that day. Usually, it's like we would have to shut down. It was downtown Austin. It was a crane. He was crane operators. That's it.
Yep.
You get one. Yep. You know, and it was, and he was like seizing up and cramping up, and usually they would, say that's enough. We can't finish the job site today. And he was like, he finished the day, and then we sent him home with the bottle. They usually just use it at the job site, but they said keep using it, and he was able to come back the next day because sometimes it's several days before people are recovered because it's a big problem. It's a serious problem to recover from the heat stress.
Yeah,
heat illnesses are rough, especially in this environment that we're in.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a big problem.